When was the last time I did a video that's anything that's non-fault related or news related? When was the last time I give you guys a must watch on a movie? It's been a while. I have been slacking, I'm not gonna lie. And I need to stop. After I got a slop that I just got through with, I think I'm okay now. So I've decided what should I give you guys a recommendation of? And I've decided a movie. Not just any movie, but recently when it comes to modern anime movies that aren't based off of TV shows or manga, video games, I've been kind of disappointed or they just been meh. Nothing truly interesting, especially the ones that depict modern times, where it's futuristic, not futuristic, but scientific, or it's supernatural. Most of the times, I'm disappointed. They're okay, they're not bad, but they don't leave a lasting impression until this one came out on Netflix. Cosmic Princess Kaguya. That's right, Cosmic Princess Kaguya. A must-watch movie that you can watch right now on Netflix. And it was very interesting. I know the story of Princess Kaguya from the moon has been told for many, many years in people's different depiction of it throughout history, especially in Japan. And I've seen all kinds of it. Latest one that's the most popular one, in my opinion, is Love is War, which is the introduction to it, which makes sense. Then there's also one called Over the Moon for You, that one by the creator of Hiei the Combat Butler. This one takes them very modern Japan. But in this world, VR gameplay is king. VR gameplay is at its peak, and it's fun as hell to play. I gotta say, this movie was very fast-paced, and it does something that a lot of the modern anime movies fail to do. And they fail to be interesting or to really keep your attention. I don't mind slow burns, but most of the times, it feels like a movie drags on forever when it comes to a modern anime movie. I keep saying modern anime movies because lately people have been trying to bring back the magic of anime movies where it's not just by Miyazaki but also by other things. I know people like Your Name, but I was more of a bigger fan of A Silent Voice and stuff. So, but ever since that era ended, not a lot of people were able to really capture that magic for a good anime movie that people wanted to talk about a lot. Until this one came up. Cosmic Princess Kaguya is about a girl named Iroha who left home after her father died and things just got kind of thin aired out there, which I'm starting to see a pattern of. It seems like an anime or manga series I have picked up on. It always happens when the dad leaves or he dies. The mom becomes sort of a toxic or unreasonable character that causes the children to distance themselves and breaks down the family than it already was. I've seen this happen before, a ton of times. The latest ones I saw was I shaved and brought home a high school girl. And boy, that mom was toxic as hell in that one. And this one is not so much. It's more settled and reasonable what's happening. So she decided to live on her own and keep herself with a strict, uptight policy. She wants to study hard, do all she can to go to college that she wants to go into to show that she can be independent. So there she goes. She's also good with piano playing and creating songs, but she doesn't really want to focus on that so much. She wants to stay on the ground reality. Till one day on her night home, she sees a magical phenomenon happen where a little baby pops out and she just takes care of the baby until the baby starts to slowly grow up and turns to a teenage girl around her age named Kaguya. She does research, and it turns out this is based on Kaguya. This movie is very self-aware of the stories being told. And sometimes, just because you know where the story's going or you know the future, doesn't mean you can always prevent a prophecy from happening. And that's the thing I was catching on. So she's researching it and saying that someday, if you are the true Princess Kaguya, someone from the moon will come and get you. And if we do try to fight over you, we would always lose, and they will come pick you up no matter what. You are destined to leave this place when they come to get you. That's pretty much what's happening right here. So before then, Kaguya wants to make everything. She wants to do everything. She becomes a live streamer. Yes, she becomes a freaking live streamer. And starts doing live streams, doing crazy content. And she starts helping Iroha opening up more. And it's the typical thing where you have the straight lace on the ground kind of character meets a very wacky, kind of annoying but yet friendly character that allows her to open up more and stuff. And that's what Kaguya is here to do. Make Iroha to realize what she always missed out on and why she did love what she used to do, which is playing the piano and making music. Kaguya can sing, but she wants to do more with the music that Iroha makes. Iroha seems to be always letting her do whatever she wants most of the times when it comes to fun, while she tries her best to focus on everyday life. But as time goes on, she learns to open up more and more and realize what she always wanted to do. Things are fun. The animation is great. I mean, really great. It's fun and interesting characters. And there's no, oh my god, this guy's a jerk kind of character in here either. Everyone here is pretty much reasonable, like I said. And plus, it doesn't try to really stay on a topic for too long. One thing I realize in a lot of modern anime movies is that they stay on a topic or a scene for too long to the point it feels like it drags on the movie. This does not. In fact, when it feels like it's about to do it, it's self-aware of what's happening and says, yeah, not happening. And they move on with the plot. So I really do enjoy this. We did watch this in dub because we're just sitting down eating and stuff. But editing was cool, but most of the songs were kind of cringy and dub. I know the voice actors try their best, but I think they should have done what some other people do, where they dub the characters as they talk. But when they sing, they allow the Japanese people to come over and just leave the song in Japanese. That's what they should have done. Zombieland Saga did. Well, they tried to do the dub, but people didn't like the dubbing as they sing, so they just kept it that way. It happens. But anyways, like I said, this movie is fast-paced, down-to-earth, and it doesn't leave a boring spot. Even though this movie itself is also over 2 hours, I believe, it was still a fun movie to watch, nonetheless. The only thing I complained about was the very end of the movie. The explanation. That was it wasn't long, it wasn't dragged out, it was just confusing. It had me and my sister scratching our heads saying, what was this about again? Wait, what? Like, I didn't fully understand everything that was happening up to a certain point. It's like, wow, really? That's what happened? Oh, okay, okay. It was very, very strange and hard to understand. But nonetheless, that was just one part I complained about. Everything else, in my opinion, was great with the movie. I did enjoy it. And it's something that I've learned when it comes to the Kaguya story, is that no matter what happens in any Kaguya story, Kaguya always gets taken away. No matter what. She gets taken away. That is set in stone. There's nothing anyone can do about that. So what this movie does is, okay, that's the prophecy and that's set in stone. But doesn't mean, so when the prophecy is done, anything else is fair game. So what they did is, okay, well, let's go get her back after the prophecy is set in stone. No one said anything that you can't go back and get her yourself. No one says you can't fail or can you win. It's all left up to fate itself. So that's what they did. They said, okay, that's over, let's go get her back. And she doesn't do it in an action-packed kind of way. She does it by pursuing her dreams and understanding the truth and knowing what she needs to do, which I do enjoy. I've seen this kind of trope a lot when it comes to the Kaguya Princess story, where it comes to a girl who's from the moon, or she's from this noble family, and they start to like her, or she falls in love, then she gets taken away. And then that's supposed to be the other story, but a lot of people apparently don't like the end of Princess Kaguya. There's just always this thing where, like, okay, let's go get her back and stuff. And that's how it happens. Like I said, I enjoyed this movie. I give it a 9 out of 10. Not a 10 out of 10. The singing dubs were pretty terrible. Everything else in the movie was awesome. So yeah, I give this definitely a big giant must watch. Mad seal of approval. Very entertaining. So anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox on Anime. Signing out.